On In Radio, on YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts, I'm James Cridland, the radio futurologist. Next week in Norway, they're starting the process of switching FM transmitters off. If you want to keep listening, you'll find most channels will only be on DAB+, and online, and on the telly. But that's not the only transmitter switch-off happening in radio. AM radio is being switched off, slowly and surely, across the globe.
BBC Radio Bristol's 1548 medium wave signal is about to be switched off. If you're hearing this message, please retune to one of our other frequencies.
The national broadcasters in France and Germany turned theirs off 12 months ago. AM transmitters in the Netherlands and parts of Canada have also recently gone silent. Even North Korea just turned off their AM broadcasts of Echo of Unification, their information station. So what's AM's future? Well, for 10 kHz spaced services like the US, there's HD radio on AM, which I unexpectedly had in a hire car in Los Angeles a few years ago. It sounds great, but go under a bridge and you'll get dumped back into analog for about 5 seconds or so, and unlike FM, it's really obvious. There's also the global standard DRM-30, or Digital Radio Mondiale. The first commercial broadcast of DRM-30 from the UK was in 2003, with both Asian Sound Radio and Virgin Radio, where I was working at the time, using it. BBC Radio Devon also gave it a shot in 2008, with mixed results. It can be an excellent technical solution, but it also appears to be moving at a glacial speed. Receivers and full-time broadcasts are still rare, and that's a real shame. Meanwhile, more things are transpiring against AM than ever before. More buildings are being built with reinforced concrete walls, which act as a Faraday cage, and block the signals out. Get broadband installed, and it can wipe out part or all of the AM band. Poor quality electronics also spews out interference, and then there's tram tracks, high voltage power lines, and other things. Little wonder that when the power went out for 3,000 people in Fred Lundgren's hometown of Katy in Texas, he was blown away by the quality of AM radio. AM radio without any noise or interference. It was a feast for the senses. It was beautiful, he wrote in an opinion piece for Radio Inc. In many cities, AM is on borrowed time, and while you can still point to market leaders on AM in some countries, it's a sad fact that AM listeners are so old that they are literally dying. It's impossible to find a mobile phone with AM inside. It's almost impossible to find a DAB radio with AM inside as well. Indeed, the only AM receiver I own is in the car. So if I can predict anything about radio's future with certainty, our distribution costs will increase, and the AM broadcasters in particular need a strategy, and that can't just be the internet. Well, that's a cheery note to start 2017, isn't it? You can get happier news, probably, by getting my newsletter at james.crid.land. Music for this episode was by Lee Rosevere. And, until next time, keep listening.